getting to start on the CT side of this. Heroic to take the fight to them, and the T sides of both have been pretty tidy throughout. Julie's up before, scooped up. 2 pairs, Perfecto and Boomich wielding those. Very light utility for this pistol for Heroic. Squeaky blown off.
They're setting up for something. Flash from Refresh does nothing. The Julie's only the one. This is great for the T-side start. NAVI have to recover and retake. Wide open now, and so many opportunities for the T's to engage in some form of unison. Elevations adopted as well.
Bomb's already halfway ticked here.
Yeah,
Some real problems for NAVI.
Lobby, maybe the go sign, maybe they're waiting for Electronic, but he's taking his sweet time. Coming in from main. Already very little to celebrate for NAVI. Heroic looking for a clean sheet and change with a couple of USB headshots. But their fate is sealed. Bit the last to fall, takes another head with him. But that's Heroic taking their second pistol of the series.
Open and closed by Cadian here. He dropped in top of main, gets the opening kill to kick this one off, and then they just split in towards that top side. So picking up where he left off, has had some good impact in this series. Might not be loved by everybody in the arena here, but his team are loving him right now. The impact the in-game leader has had is beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you heard Matthew on the desk. I couldn't echo his sentiment anymore. Maui as well. I mean, stating the obvious perhaps, but everyone expecting this to be a good game, a close game, a NAVI game.
Well, they force wall in, true to form here. Smoke wall up. Refresh to stretch his legs behind these. NAVI responding to this immediately here too. Famous is in the mix. This is actually a tidy looking second round buy for NAVI.
It is, especially if you can get yourself a frag in the opener. And Simple puts himself in prime position to collect. Multiple bodies, gets info and gets away. Simple needs help. Calls for backup. Doesn't need anybody else. It's only Simple. And the nades combined, it will tag up Tessus. There is the backup we discussed. Electronic has to respect the flames, and now it's Tessus' chance to use that. But he just punishes them both. The CTs demand respect and control of the low site. They have the bomb, and they, more likely than not, have repelled the Heroic second round conversion.
Gap here.
Bit of a gap, bit of a gap.
He's got time. This round is not done just yet. 40 seconds left on the clock, 2 to find, knows where the bomb is. Boomich sustained a lot of damage here in the rotation, is hearing the footsteps of Perfecto as well, so a good idea where both of these players could be residing right now. This would be massive for Stown to make his mark in the server early. 30 seconds remaining.
NAVI have a decision to make. They know where that bomb lies, and intermittent checks will be given up in favor of time being on their side as they both, in synchronicity, moonwalk to decon. He's got a cross, but how is he supposed to plant? There's 2 CTs right here. There's 2 of them, and they will collect. NAVI, started by Simple, ended by Perfecto. They have immediately wrestled back control of this game.
Well, the desk was just talking about the force by wars. Let's see how long this goes on. 1-1, and of course Heroic are going to bounce back in with one of their own. 2 drop Famouses in that previous round. As we're getting the shirts off, it's getting hot in here.
The Heroic corner.
Not many of them. I had a Dane in an Australis jersey come up to me and say, we're going to be cheering for NAVI. So even the Danes are against Heroic in the arena right now. Saving an AK and getting a Galil into the hands of the CTs now. A bit of a light peppering towards the main position. Held at bay, and now Cadian's AK is noted. So that information is in the favor of NAVI. They need to be a little bit more careful how they ply their trade. Utility is scarce right now for Heroic as well, so they're going to have to try and do this through bodies. And the desk discussed last time round a liability that was Bit. Well, he's going to get some help early here, and in this type of position, he needs to be good for at least 1. Deep smoke's deployed. Not going to hit that mark here, so a bit of a flub out of Heroic.
Yeah, and limited resource. And that's the AK gone without a single bullet connecting. Bit to be tested. He is being run down, meets down, but NAVI have a 2-man advantage as well as the weaponry. This investment out of Heroic, they need the plant to stop them is Boom. 2 on the plate. And Doors engaged, but Shush hits his heady. Stown, mission changes now. Damage, the name of the game.
He has a good idea that there's multiple players here. Heard some footsteps. Time again for Stown, but this one is very, very difficult with the Deagle in hand.
Yeah, Shush has caught one. Stown the same. Anything more is a bonus.
They're giving him so much room, enough rope to hang himself right here. He needs to go down.
Yeah, he's actually going to start making a lot of noise. Just kill me. Just kill me. And they will oblige. Some pistol upgrades for Navi. Smile on the face and a little bit of breathing room.
Heroic have had some woes throughout this event on Nuke. We've actually casted a couple of their games. We saw their Spirit match with Snapstret lost. Like we caught that one. It didn't look great. And early stages was these buys that they were going for time and time again. But the fact they didn't get the plant there and they only get 2 kills, it is likely now just to see them be humbled in a scenario like this. So Navi have done enough. They respond to the early aggressions of Heroic here. And now we look to post Navi's third. Now, some of the question marks about Bit, we need to keep an eye on him. Now, there's plenty of options of how they can bolster the ramp position and help out Bit. You know, you can move Simple over there with the AWP to deter them from trying to hit that territory in later rounds here.
He got caught off there.
Yeah, look, a little bit caught off guard, but this push is coming through, and yeah, that's a bit confusing, but it works out. Simple gets the kill.
And he's going to get away if he's not careful. They just dip away, as does Simple. It was all part of the plan.
Well, Electronic...
yeah.
Okay. Simple, I naded you. I guess you could have the AK instead, mate. Try and use this one at range as it gets an opportunity now. Oh, okay. Electronic down.
So that must be a subset of Bogdan's Law.
Okay, there's a new one.
It's
what
like
chapter
the
is this?
second clause of Bogdan's Law
see.
in his thesis.
Does it only work if your name's Simple?
Exclusively, as it currently stands. If you nade me and they're on a light buy, you boost me and give me the AK. It's a bit of a long paragraph, but it is there.
Okay, well, as long as we're sticking to the fine print. We're going to get into the juicy rounds now. Heroic, they get to set a bit of a tone here. And as mentioned, their nukes so far in this event, they have been wobbly. It's not filling me with a lot of confidence here for the Danes to be able to push this NAVI roster, which was once their absolute home turf, where they made a name for themselves.
Yeah, but there's none quite as potent on this map than NAVI.
They've been leaning away from it, which is curious here. Squeaky blown off. Stown held at bay by some defensive utility. Multiple incendiaries there piped in towards that squeaky door room. Don't want to allow him to walk out the door and get down that vent. So holding them at bay and forcing the yard smokes out now. Heroic are going to try and look for space elsewhere.
Bit of chip damage unconfirmed as the smokes completely obscure Electronic. It's just his understanding and his intuition now for when to spray, when to click. Nothing connects. Caged, though, by a smoke from the CTs. They choose to disrespect it silently.
Now, this is the man you want towards the lower side of things to deal with this. Get one and away, or a repeat is likely here as territory is taken at least here for the Danes. Second component of this will determine where they want to finish.
Yeah, Simple's just keeping himself warm. Staying mobile, staying jiggly. And this is one way to counter it. What a shot! Set up for success. Simple pantsed in the low sight. And activating straight into Stown. He was parked in on the hut. Chased down, committed on the drop. Bit on ramp does put one down.
30 seconds.
But Stown still stands vigilant.
Bomb's in lobby here.
Where do they get it?
Navi don't know this, and there's nobody from Heroic near the bomb.
What is going on here?
He's
Now
seen
they
it.
do.
Electronic spotted it. The round's going to change.
He's screaming, I have the bomb, and they've got 15 seconds. He
The
drops
round's
a
done.
smoke.
There's
It might
no
be
way in.
over. It might be over. All of that for nothing. Stown is watching in dismay. They're just rushing through. What else can they do? Navi, solve it. Absolute glory. As they just watch as the fourth round comes to them.
Unforced error dies
dear.
after time. Tells
Zero.
us that one's going to sting.
$0.
The smile on the face from Simple here, I think that says it all. He gets flatlined to kick off the round, and they still pull it back to fly in the ointment. It was heroic.
Tessus has a Glock and $0, chat. He couldn't buy a Haribo if he wanted to.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, well, that one is going to sting right there, and a timeout taken here from Heroic. This one is really going to start to mount. 16-14 on Ancient. How close that was.
Oh.
They could have taken it 2-0, and now stomaching a round loss like that. They were not the errors that we saw Heroic making on maps 1 or 2.
No.
They were the details that they were taking care of. They were looking fantastic. They were looking tidy. They were looking as a unit. And here, dropping the ball in what should have been their round. One way to get on the board early here on the T side after the Force by Wars had concluded. So they will have to stomach this one, Heroic. Tessus, that one is going to sting. But yeah, as soon as he runs through the hut position and he sees the bomb down, they know that the round is in their favor. It becomes about defending the bomb. So fantastic work, and look at this. Not the type of round you expect to be winning when the AWP gets dismantled towards the lower side.
And just a little glimmer of real raw emotion there on the face of Simple. Inferno into a close Ancient. You really did have that shot whistle past your ear of the 2-0, and they are coming to the domain of Bit. Can he find his feet? He does do exactly what's required of him. Get the kill. Survive, do not put weapons into enemy hands, and now it's Electronic to take everything away from Heroic in this round. A light buy, conservative in nature, Kevlar, some pistols, a little bit of map control. They have ramp and it's being respected. Tough one for Electronic. Oh, wow. Does that fall? Can he get it? No, Boomich answers the question.
Well bodyguarded there. The bomb is still on the back here of Shush. If they can break in towards this lower side, they might be able to get the bomb down. It's just the one man here to defend. He got the first completely blind. I'm sure he'd love to see his opponents. As Bit peers out, the AK spams away. He's being run through and the rotations are coming, but Bit's going to handle this. Shush is in the grave and Katie in 2. 5-1 now. NAVI stretching their legs here.
Dominant start.
But issues, right? Because Tessus went down after time, Navi know this too, that his money with the loss bonus is not going to be where he needs it to be. So he will have to have a bit of an omission in the buy. You've got a couple of choices. You get a Galil, you get a Mac-10. Well, neither sound as good as an AK-47. So Heroic into this round are going to be relying on the in-game leader, Acadian, with his signature weapon here as the crowd getting louder and louder. Remember, this is the boogeyman for Heroic. Navi are their absolute worst nightmare, and they're feeling it now.
Pressure into the yard's position. Simple. He wants to put Heroic right back onto the back foot with an early blow. And that's the end for Refresh. Meets his maker. Look at the aggression they're flirting with. I mean, it might have to be Cadian. It might have to. What are you supposed to do now? Look at the audacity out of Simple.
Lots of talking from Simple here as well. Nothing decided just yet. Number advantage. Just under a minute left on the clock. Smoke starting to fade. Heroic clustered together here, but here's the next one. Shadow spotted, barrel spotted, Electronic.
They're just going to assume it was clear after Simple already had eloped. But no.
Feels limp. Feels like they have to save. Look at the time. What are you meant to do right now? There's no way forward. No way back.
What a shutout. What a shutout.
This is scary now that this is the way the game started, with a couple of unforced errors coming their way. And now when they're looking for room, they're getting dismantled one at a time. Heroic struggled against Ents on Nuke. They had a hard time against Spirit on Nuke. The T-sides were a problem in both of those games. And here they are the ones who opted to take it to Nuke, as Pumic has opted to take it away. Look at this from him. The timing is perfect. Gets one in the side, does get traded out, but that takes a lot of potency away from the next round of purchases.
Where's Electronic's weapon got off to?
He was looking for the AK that was on the body of Shush, but Tessus actually came over and picked that up because he only had a Mac-10. So it's the little details right there, but they will get the guns back in everybody's hands. And cash starting to swell for NAVI now. They're in a very good position. Lost bonus maxed out for Heroic. They can keep the purchases coming through, but remember, they need to get the plans to give themselves the bonus cash.
We haven't seen signs of a threatening post plant from Heroic yet. Bar the pistol.
It's the pistol, that's it. And they lost the force fight to the two Famises. That was where Simple had two big kills down towards the lower side.
Speak of the devil, look at this. He's already on the polar opposite in pursuit of the same. Refresh knows the pain. But it might be Cadian to be boosted into the line of sight. This is a familiar, heroic opener. His signature move is Simple, been watching his demos. Yo! One to the thigh, but Cadian does thrive. Superstar down, and so is the team.
Quick response here from NAVI.
Side. They are here on force in numbers and position. Tessus meets Boomage. He needs more now. Needs to tap these heads, these pesky heads. Slipping into the sight under his crosshair. He's only got a few bullets left. Oh, and it's enough! One left in the chamber. Boomage beheads. Bomb retrieval mission. Smoke up. You've got time on this. Trying to disappear. The door does not swing open. Electronic restrained. Forced away. Boomage immediately springs to action, gets that info. Cadian is hoping to catch a rotate.
Power position.
And this could be everything. Look at that, a little smoke out of Electronic, and he leaps to his death as Bit plucks him from the pack. It's only shush. At least a bomb plant, Chad, but he needs more. He needs it now. Electronic's ahead, and the spacing's perfect. NAVI starting to smile. They know this is feeling very comfortable. Business as usual. Regular, everyday, scheduled programming for a NAVI CT side. It even started with an opener.
This is the thing. How many rounds are you going to get Simple as the opening kill? It's happened twice now, and they haven't been able to convert either of them. That's not going to happen every day of the week. The fact that they've been able to get that and still not get into the rounds is testament to how deep this NAVI roster goes. This is some issues here for Heroic. If you get the opener and you're not converting, you are in hot water.
Something is wrong, yeah, for sure. NAVI have really put a leash on this Great Dane. And again, the battle for first blood, this time one out by Stown. They have to be able to convert this one, Chad. And Simple immediately makes it 4-on-4. Cadian was assuming. Oh, shush, zooming. How is he there already?
Slipped the net for a moment. This is the next fight on the plate. How many can Boomage get?
Yeah, he's been known to multi-kill.
Barrel spotted.
Oh, beautiful. Tess is ready, and now NAVI counting on Perfecto. Oh! Through the flashbang! He prevails with the double. Bit, they scream as they check the scoreboard. Known to be the ramp player. Heroic's best opportunity since the pistol. Just one man stands in their way, and the clock is ticking every second in favor of them. Info is the name of the game, and Stown is the one to close. 3 kills out of him. A bit of a correlation forming.
Yeah, the post plans there that they had adopted were fantastic. That was a very difficult round for Bit to win. Heroic take care of business. They get themselves back on the board. The 7-round streak comes to a close. But NAVI can still buy. There's no issues in the finance department for round number 10. Heroic are going to need to pull something off like that again, and it was much more of a pack mentality. They all went towards Yard behind the smoke wall, and they traded well. Got a second timeout called. And if they can get themselves up to 5 on this T half, that's going to be pretty damn good going into their CT defense.
Wow. Stown has more frags than 3 members of Heroic combined here at round 10.
Well, he's the superstar out of Heroic. He's the man who needs to step on up and take the pain, take the fight to NAVI. Would love a 2IC, a second in charge here. Plenty of names that can be thrown into that list, especially on a map like Nuke. Safe pairs of hands, a lot of these riflers. That's the thing with Heroic. They have so many skilled riflers here.
Oh, look at that spawn, and look at the intent in his eyes as it is, again, Simple that wants to go walkabout. He's got this support structure in place. The nades rain in.
We've seen this one before. Different look from Heroic. This is a different look from Heroic here.
They're coming to test you.
It's on Perfecto.
Into Perfecto, blind. And already the frags come through. 2 required out of Bit, and he does get him. A hard laboured spray, and Tess is not allowed to reload. That is another NAVI round. Heroic. Is that the sign of a team that's run out of ideas, or was that just another attempt?
They were hoping to play with the rotations there. They were hoping to play with the rotations in NAVI, but the rotations for NAVI were perfect. How many bodies did they just have on that top side? Bit's the ramp holder. He's there getting multiple kills in towards that A site. NAVI read that one like an absolute book. The aggressive yard play meant they didn't need to worry about it, right? It meant that they could put an extra body there. There was a gap, it was ramp, but they knew it. You can't be strong everywhere, and NAVI hedged perfectly here.
Wow, 8 already.
Pace change again.
Very, very scary for Heroic, but they still smile and charge. Leading the pack was refreshed, was past tense, because Boomich is here, and so is Electronic. Another opening for NAVI, and it's horrible. It's catastrophic for Heroic. If it's not Stown laying down the law, who is it?
It's happening so quickly. We're already about to find ourselves at a 9-2 scoreline. These 3 remaining want to try and rip this one away, but what are they meant to do? They use the utility to try and get towards topside. They have been absolutely denied from NAVI here.
And now you find yourself where the round started, 2 players gone. Half your nades gone. I mean, you really are pulling at straws to find a way in. Tessus got to have pixel perfect precision.
Yeah, trying to make something out of nothing here.
On the placement of that.
They're going to wait for this one to start to fade and drop their own. The avenue of assault, the vent. That is where they're hoping to find a gap right now.
Through the skylight.
Perfecto can deny this.
It's all about when he chooses to engage. Just shy. Heroic looking for trouble, looking for blood. They are light on time. The wallbangs distract. And NAVI give them nothing. Nothing.
That's heard.
And now they will start to fall, topple at the hands of Electronic. And nothing to celebrate. NAVI give them nothing. Absolutely nothing. Table scraps for Heroic. They got 9 though on the board already, Chad, and the half is not done.
This is looking like peak NAVI when they were the best on Nuke, right? That they could not be touched on Nuke. This is when NAVI would just stall everybody out with the CT sides alone. Remember the astonishing games that they would have where they would just close the door, the CT wall would come up, there's no way forward.
Well, I mean, this is the conversation we used to have. We'd say, okay, would you like to go to Simple and Electronic, or would you like to go to Bit? You know, I mean, make your choice, because all of them suck.
But they're not testing Bit here, and that was the conversation the desk had, Bit having a rough go of ramp.
Here's Electronic. Him and Simple, not to be trifled with on the yard position. He reads them so well. Tess is caught out in the smoke. There is one back, that AK, invested in by the leader. He is trying to take matters into his own hands now.
Bomb down, loose towards that top side. Just running on out. Stown gets taken by Perfecto, 2 to find now. There was a small window of opportunity, but Stown giving up his life, dropping the bomb. They can fortify this. Simple now has the cross covered off.
Yeah, this is perfect from Simple. He's in the right place. Jiggle out. Goes wide on it. Cadian has baited the shot. Simple and shush with the slam dunk.
They need a fire starter. A 2v4 would be one way to do it here.
Oh, this would be the kindling cinder for ignition. Certainly quite the remix if they can find it. Oh, he's heard. And that's so brazen from Boomich. He goes straight to it, like a moth to the flame. A Boomich to the scope. And Cadian completely caught off by that one.
Taking care of business right now, 10-2. Nothing's going to stop NAVI here. What can Heroic change? They're running out of ideas. This is going to be the 3rd tactical timeout called to try and change things up. You can see them looking back, having the conversation with Exist. Needing to work out, can there be a solution? The half's not done yet. If they can salvage 4, maybe 5, their CT half not going to be snuffed at. They can get themselves back into this game, but right now it's one-way traffic. NAVI are undeniable so far in this 3rd map, first half. Everybody stepping up in the conversation about how long could you keep Simple quiet. Well, still, he's at the bottom of the scoreboard. Electronic continues to have a banger of a series. 17 kills for him already. Bit with 12, 10 for Boomich, 9 for Perfecto, and Simple with only 7. He hasn't even been needed.
NAVI have that air about them again, Chad. Just their presence on the CT side, it does look and feel like the final boss is back.
Oh, they've called this off, but he got caught running back through the flames. They wanted to do a top pop. Refresh was looking for some space, but running back through the flames, through the fire, he goes down, and an opening kill given up again. Navi are set here for 11. They just have to convert 4 more frags. Heroic are caught chasing their tail, looking for space. Tessa's trying to do something, trying to get them some room, and he's been chipped away out through the smoke. What can they do? They can't do anything right now.
This is horrible for Heroic. You know, to feel so powerless in a game you play so much. It's a rarity, but they really cannot get anything going at the hands here of Navi. Simple, just looking for a couple of gimmies. Slips off, and it's Shush that's starting to find some headshots, but that is one of the many required. Cadian's got something to be said about Perfecto, and he has managed to slink behind. Oh, spotted out by Boomich, and it's Simple that will miss the shot. Legged, looking for damage, gets nothing done, and Shush just the one. 11 for Navi. This is a CT haul any team would bite your hand off for in a third map of a quarter-final here at the PGL Major. Live from Antwerp 2022, and our reigning champions sitting comfortable. I'm talking silk for the pillow they currently reside upon. 11-2.
Last ditch attempt for Heroic now. They're going to fall behind to the next. This one here is making the best of a bad situation. This is miserable. They've been suffocated here. The rounds they got those opening kills on Simple, I bet they wish they converted those.
That's true too.
Boomich is denying this. Look at his forward space. Flashed off. He's going to give away his forward position with the spam. We'll have to reload. They're coming through.
Oh, this is not bad. He's so blind. Maybe Shush has given him a way in, but they're not ready for Perfecto. Up for just the one. A double spray out of Electronic. Stubborn as always. Heroic have to deal with Simple to find their third. He's dancing on the vents. He's hit them before, but not today. Stown's still there, and he goes for it again. They do find something right at the tail end, and it still smiles for them. But for, dare I say it, Chad, it is compulsory if we want a competitive nuke.
Yeah, if they can grab this, if they can get themselves 4 rounds here, going into that second half, they get the pistol, right? They won the pistol in this map. They just weren't able to convert the follow-up, right? So there's definitely been a shift in the tide as far as the pistol rounds are concerned. And this team isn't giving up yet. Hope dies last as the buy for Navi is brittle at best. Simple will get back his weapon of choice, but Electronic and Bit, they've got some ambitions in the buy, and they're 2 of the biggest names. Top of the scoreboard right here for Navi. I'm going to have to operate with a little.
Oh, wow. I just watched Refresh go down in the opener again. He's having a screamer. Nade arrived, so did the MP9 spray, and that MP9 is working wonders in Electronic's hands. He's already nearly killed 2. Stown is now walking funny. Bogdan's law prevails. And a 4-on-4 final round, third map.
What is Bit meant to do with this?
Just defend an entire part of the map with a IKEA pistol.
12 bullets. Gonna have to have a lot of efficiency out of those. Forced back by maybe Util alone. More flashes. Molly's come through. The sound cues are there. Space to be taken here. Minute on the clock. Heroic would love to get this 4th round. They need to get this 4th round, and there's no way back.
Electronic has decided he really wants to make it clear. There is no way in for Heroic. Double kill out of Electronic. A forward position, but information relayed and time rotting off that clock. What is that with the CZ? Bit pokes his head up his hidey hole and says goodbye to Katie in that dream of a 4th T round. Distant now. And it's Bit again to fall. He's been found out. Tessa's paid a bit of a heavy blood price for the first of the 1v3.
Just has to plant here, has to give himself a chance in this. Digits punched in.
They respect it, they want to strike together. Take the jump up, engaging with one. Can he do it again? The 180, just a 90-degree turn. Oh, 1 bullet's not enough.
Simple giving him a bit of a parting gift right here. You can't see it, but I'll let you know he hard-loaded a couple of mags right there into Tessa's body before the defuse gets converted, making sure they remember this. Map 1, it was Heroics. Map 2 could have been Heroics. 16-14, close as you like. Right now, NAVI rubbing salt in the wound, 12-3. A masterclass on this CT side, scattered with a couple of heroic rounds. But just 4 more now for NAVI to convert, to put themselves in the semi-finals to take on ENCE.
Boomic just giving his last pep talk, making sure everybody is in sync. Because, I mean, NAVI know as well as we do. 12-3 is great. Winning the pistol almost seals Heroic's fate. So a lot riding on this one, Chad. The playing field doesn't get much more level than a pistol round.
This is a must right now. As cliche as it is, this is the truth for Heroic here. They stare down the barrel of a momentous task. You need to mount round after round on this CT side. Squeaky smoke from Boomic.
Simple mission accomplished.
Spotted some info there. Sees the leg.
He's dancing with him, keeping Stown out of the round, and they can bound straight into ramp. Nice click out of Tessus. Stown already met that P250, but it's down. Tessus is looking to come up huge for Heroic when they need him most. The CTs. Oh, Tessus! How do you get 3? He was alone in the site and takes the majority of NAVI out of the round. Electronic and Boomic, though. The bomb is ticking. Against the odds, NAVI counting on Electronic here, and he's gone. Heroic, the first of an incredibly long and arduous journey if they want to advance.
Yeah, and they're not out of hot water just yet. You know what that plant means. Likely to see the NAVI purchase here. Bomb goes down, extra money to work with. They've been very threatening. There's a couple of questions, right? Do you want to take a save, know that you can get a full buy into the next, or do you want to destroy Heroic? Do you want to embarrass them here? Do you want to blow them out of the water with a single-digit victory on the board? There's a lot of options available.
When you say it like that, I feel like the answer is clear.
Yeah, well, this one isn't the give your star the biggest gun and let him work. This one here has a bit more of a team element about it. NAVI looking to get this one done with pace as a unit, as a group. Squeaky to be blown off.
Yeah, there's a distinct lack of incendiaries. They went for M4s instead. They won't be able to hold them at bay. They can kick open the door here. NAVI flooding in. Refresh, tested, just the one. It's getting scary now for Heroic. Already NAVI occupy the site. And across the face, he's hit by the Tech 9. Heroic running out of players. The one way down, it's calling upon Cadian and Tessus. But NAVI, they read it perfectly. They take the hero play. Maybe Tessus can find one of his own. Simple foils that plan, and Cadian reluctant as he readjusts.
See how dejected he is in this situation. That was their round. But with a crash and a bang, it all comes tumbling down for Heroic here.
4 M4s? At least 3. Heroic, they brought all of the big guns.
But this is the thing with NAVI and Force Spies. Traditionally, it's drop a couple of AKs and let the AKs work. This was them showing something different. It was a team-based top pop. They just went hard. They blew up and Squeaky. They run on in. And you pointed out the utility. Without those incendiaries to slow them down, the protocol utility, top is a feast for any of those pesky pistols. They run on in. They dismantle the defense. They get the bomb down and they convert. They even grab themselves 3 M4s.
Oh, wow. Heroic's own weapons could be used to seal their fate against them here. Third map, final quarterfinal, our semi-finals set upon the conclusion of Nuke.
Yeah, red carpet rolled out now. This is NAVI's map. This is NAVI's series. This is NAVI's crown.
Still on their brow for now. Aggression. It's been working for NAVI. Will it work for Stown? Oh, he's been spotted. Betrayed by his backpack. Gets away from it. In pursuit of answers, arrives Cadian on the scene. He'd love to make the difference here. Give his team a manageable scenario, and Cadian does put 2 down range. This is set up now for Heroic to find something back, a response to the Tech 9 topside hit. 2 to the good for Heroic. Objective, stop that plant.
Separated now. Decisions to be made here. Bit the tail of the attack.
Yeah, this is spicy. This is really spicy. They're in the right places initially. Tessus is going to have a lot on riding on that, and yeah, nice shot out of Simple. He knows where he is as well. Oh, Cadian's down, and the bomb will have safe passage. A 3v5. The force by Heroic, putting it all on the line for this. And it's just 5-7s. A good shot, quick return out of Bit. First of the round puts him up to 15, and it's just Refresh and Stown. They don't have a kit, Chad. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. Bit's going to be the first contact. It's his responsibility. He makes a lovely hole. He's playing the meta game here, but they hit the shot somehow. Simple to come up clutch, a 1v2. Spraying bodies. Now he needs to spray them on the 10-second defuse. That'll do nicely. Mission accomplished. And finishes it with pizzazz. Hey, he wants the acknowledgement. Making sure you're still here, Antwerp.
They can walk this one home now, Navi. The hard work's done. The hard work is done.
No doubt, dude. I mean, I can't believe. You talk about Simple in their nightmares. You talk about Navi in their dreams. I think that Ancient is going to be there tonight.
They had some massive plays, refreshes and heads-up maneuvers, the way that that game continued forward now, but Heroic have to be dejected. What are they meant to do? How are they meant to get back into this game? This is their last timeout, has been burnt. They're 10 rounds in the hole. They got nothing to work with. Cadian gets them a double kill in a round like this, and it is still not enough. Simple makes it look too easy. Clock on his side. Glock comes out, and the final kill comes through. And that's the best they could do. And this was the choice. Heroic had two options here, is keeping the smiles on the faces. Mood in the camp for Heroic. It's not done yet.
That was the last timeout, Chad. Exist. Now has a gag order issued. He will just have to watch as these final rounds play out. Whatever possible rousing speech you can generate in the face of this level of Na'Vi, I don't know.
In fact, that's throwing his signature utility on Nuke these days. Completely obscuring the vision here of Katie, and that created Scout not going to do a whole lot. Electronic make it to footsteps, that will be noted. This warehouse player of Scout will hear this. Can't communicate for the rotation, but that's going to weaken elsewhere. Boomish lingering, gets the chance, and will convert. Cadian in the grave, 4 to find, and this is looking great for Navi.
Penultimate round for conversion and that semi-final spot.
This is the form you want to see the team in.
I mean, maybe there's a reason they weren't showing too much Nuke. Getting it out of everyone's mind, forgetting just how dominant they can be on it.
Well, remember, Heroic chose to take it to Nuke. They had the choice. They opted to bring it to this battlefield, and they, once again...
Woof! That's a little something special out of Stown! How does he do that? Can they close the round? Stown has given him an absolute brilliant double. You have to be able to convert these. That is a layup and a half from Stown, and now equipped with the Kalashnikov. Just survival on Unbreakable, called it for a reason. Shush on the MP9. Riding into a 5th round.
2 rounds in a row. Oh, Electronic's going to walk away with this, but 2 rounds in a row, an individual from Heroic has offered up a lifeline. This time round from Stown, it will be converted. A massive double on the Deagle, leading the charge here. 17 kills to his name, mind you.
I'm so glad that the Deagle still bangs. $700, but you put your crosshair in the right place. It can be so disruptive. Stown with a nice demonstration. Heading into round 20, Na'Vi. The scoreline reads 14-5. Heroic dust themselves off, and Stown, watch this again. Watch this.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful second shot there on the Deagle. Oh, okay. Yeah, dinked on through. Stown immediately put on notice here.
You talk about Deagles. You see how far away Bit is?
Yeah, well, Bit's been chipped away out here. It's a bit of a brittle buy for Na'Vi now. This is an opportunity for Heroic to start working into this game. This is a must as far as the conversions go. They get this one, they should get a freebie into the next. And start working on something on this CT side.
Heroic know they've been given an opportunity. Faces closer to the monitor than ever before, as they cannot slip up now. You do not want to be the one to give away that opening kill that could mark 15 for NAVI. Antwerp willing them to the 15th. Standing in the way is Heroic. And Cadian. Not the hard part yet. And it's still Boomage. Gets away as well from the trade. Cadian flustered, getting pushed and runs out of ammo, leads to his demise. They're battered and bruised though, NAVI, but they can count on their hero of Nuke, and Bits hit a Scorcher just off screen. But Electronic's still equipped with the big gun.
Look how low they are.
Same. They are so vulnerable. And they've got a decision to make. You can see these two Danes have made a decision.
The heavens here seems to be the right call. He's put himself in a power position, but that's not where the fight's coming.
Refresh is really needs this for himself, for Heroic, and it's not quite the round. Bit allowed to get that bomb down. Needed to be 3 from Refresh. Oh, Tessus catches him in the heels as Bit was about to disappear and play a very cruel game. But instead, it's Tessus, holds on.
Important from Refresh there. He only has 6 kills. He's had a rough game. He was fantastic on maps 1 and 2, right? He was having a lot of impact for the team here, but on Nuke, he has been kept very quiet.
Big from Boom as well. The first is great, but running down Cadian on the miss.
Yeah, I thought Cadian would have lost his crosshair there. Still manages to get 2 kills in that situation, so well handled. Keeps them just above water here. But that plant is fantastic. That is a difference between NAVI into a half buy or NAVI into a full buy. So fantastic work getting the bomb down. Lost bonus on their side.
Change up again. Electronic set up for success by his squad. And it's already Stown, deals with Boomage, but perhaps not ready for Electronic, as he does make haste and is fragged in the back. It's open toward the top side though. Perfecto catches one back. We are going to be floating in this.
This is a massive call from Cadian here. This is round defining this play. Knows he has to make a bit of a maneuver here. Guy just sitting on his haunches, has to get something done, and as he rounds the corner, everything could be in his hands.
Oh yeah, just on the retrieval now. Simple's got a bit of a premonition and a dink! A dink! Simple's gun's just better. Couldn't find the second. And so he'll be operating on a low HP, but still with 45, NAVI have a man advantage 15, 2 clicks away. Tessus and now Shush demanded to turn this on its head, a 2 versus 3. This would have to be brilliant out of Shush. He's been spotted out, great damage, goes unscathed and away. Takes a lick before, but now with the bomb to be planted, Tessus, perfect! Up until the point it wasn't, still gets it done, and Simple in the clutch, that low HP from earlier. And with 10 seconds, he's supposed to plant, he knows exactly where Tessus is, a mind game, and Tessus just brings the fight. Another big round out of Tessus, a high impact, back-to-back round. And that will finally take the wind out of the sails of NAVI. Heroic might have a chance here to at least fill their lungs with some oxygen.
Well, this is the thing, this is how the comeback begins. These rounds that are so close and NAVI not being able to convert, that's where maybe a bit of doubt starts to creep into their mind. Starting to activate here at Heroic. 7 rounds the difference. NAVI, without getting that bomb down, definitely don't have as much cash in the coffers, but still want to try and keep the CT economy under control. They know that only one surviving in 2 consecutive rounds. There's just one needed, and they can break Heroic here. The Danes are under pressure. They are under the pump, and the fight taken. Stown steps up again. Simple in the grave.
Wow. Just backing his aim. Takes that fight up against NAVI, no less, in the 3rd map, and Cadian's doing the same. Don't forget, no timeouts. This is Heroic demanded to go on quite the spree.
This is crazy though, the type of Counter-Strike they're playing, they're not backing down, right? They're playing heads up, they're still looking for fights. That's 2 jewels there that they seeked out, that they sought after, and they converted here as NAVI. They stand tall, they look for anybody else to grace their screens. Electronic has been an absolute monster, 27 kills to his name. How many more is this guy going to find in regulation? Now trying to chase him down, will grab one back and put himself up to 20, the only so far for Heroic to do so, and they have handled another threatening situation for NAVI.
Yeah, always going to be a threat. And that's something else. Another body drops.
Well, that's Natus, the hero of the last two, dead.
Yeah, look at that position. Now that is playing it passive.
Yeah, he can't do anything from here, so he's going to try and activate late, and if they want to find him, they will have to thrust themselves very far forward. So they've sniffed him out, but look, they're confined to one of the worst areas on the map right now. They only have no options whatsoever here. None of them are good.
And they opt to stampede loudly, projecting their final destination to their opponent. 10 seconds. They are just going to try and commit in the Astralis smoke. And maybe Perfecto gets it down by virtue of an empty mag. Cadian closes up shop, but NAVI mission accomplished in one way.
Yeah, consolation prize right there, but the loss bonus, as mentioned, building now, and this is where it becomes a bit of an economy game because Heroic, with Force staying alive, are building themselves a buffer, but the rounds is the bigger issue, right? So you want to get out of this hot water so your purchases are tidy every single round, but you know as soon as you lose one, you're still in a rough spot. NAVI with that are able to get the guns back count. This game feels like a matter of time moment, but as I mentioned, the type of Counter-Strike Heroic are playing, it's not like they've cowered away. It's not like they're whimpering from the moment. They're still trying to keep that identity of a Heroic here, and if they still believe hope dies last.
NAVI with a new look, and immediately Refresh is taken out of the equation. Electronics had enough. He's decided it's over, and he ends it on his terms, leaping down from the silo and cracks open Heroic's skulls. You have to take some initiative now. Take some space, regain some territory, some hope, and Shush has done just that. Still the unknown entity. Where did he go? Electronic. 2 scalps affixed to his belt. Simple going, walk about. Who will this be called upon? It looks like Cadian and Texas likely candidates.
Powerful position with all the information they have in their favor here. Just depends on where the bomb wants to finish. Packs together the utils there. The sound cues have been made, 40 seconds on this.
It's gonna be tough. Cadian is the contingency. Doors are swung open, nades are dropped. Trying to spray Tessus out of position. Jim gives up Simple, and he lets him slip. Slips away with a single point of health, and NAVI, they can't plant. Shush has found the perfect frag out of all of this chaos. And now it's Perfecto, and Cadian's got both of them. Flips around to Electronic. The bomb was spotted, a great strafe, 9 seconds. He can't stop it. He can't afford to risk it. 2 on 2. Shush right there, and the flash gets him.
No!
A disaster! He eats up the flashbang. The 2v2, Heroic within touching distance of the 9. And Simple sends them, condemns them to an 8-round, or rather 7, required out of Heroic in consecutive fashion, and they've got nothing.
Yeah, flustered there. Flustered there. You could see Heroic Cadian in the door, throwing out all those nades, causing the downfall, and now NAVI need just one. They kept Heroic exactly where they wanted them, and now broken, limping in the final round of play.
Can the walking wounded find anything more in this third map, or will NAVI advance to the semi-finals? A couple of rifles and some hope.
Look at this. NAVI just taking their time.
Just hoping it's Heroic to jump straight into their jaws. Cadian has really impressed the analysts and fans alike. Oh, he's burning. Significant damage taken, but he stands his ground and won't look to elope. This is risky business. His pressure's applied elsewhere, and it's wide open.
Massive gap here. This is going to be punished. They need to find a fight, and they go into bit, 1 for 1.
That's powerful. You know the lobby lurk is gone. Freedom now for the CTs, and Cadian extends it so. Neutralizes Electronic. Decisions are being made on the fly now by NAVI.
Good play from Cadian here. He can shut this one down. The in-game leader, he's going to have to do it all.
He's got a read. He really has an understanding. And a hard shot. A better one out of Simple. Puts Cadian in a grave. Could this really be it, or have Heroic got anything more to say? We said it was just a question of putting it in for NAVI. And now, with every passing second, they start to believe the semi is theirs. Every decision you make, you second guess. You don't want to be the guy to open up the site. Shush does so. It's down as well. Puts it onto the clutch. Master of NAVI, Perfecto, asked to come up. Clutch, he takes the first. Suspects the defuse, and that'll do! NAVI take it in 3. Off to the semi-finals of Antwerp 22.